Hello, hello. What is the general efficiency machine also formulas? The efficiency is the ratio of the output power to input power. The output upon input. It's then formula for an efficiency. Power DC. How to find the power in the DC circuit? We can find the by V into R is the first formula. I square into R, it's the second formula, and upon V square upon R. By using the Ohm's law, by changing the value of I, we make the V upon V square upon R. By changing the value of V, make the formula I square upon R. V equal to IR, so V equal to I R. So here, if we change the V, and it's become I square into R. And if same here we change the value of I, it become V square upon R. Power three phase is the AC, the total power in three phase AC system. Three phase AC. So three phase means the under root 3 because of the star connection of the circuits. The three phase the under root 3 into VL into IL. This means that the winding of an three phase is star connected in a transformer. Next, we know the torque speed power relationship. Torque, what is torque? Torque is an angular force which moves forward. Angular force applied by a machine or something to move forward. Speed, it's a change मतलब distance upon time. The change speed can be an RPM, rotation per minute. Power equal to torque upon omega. Omega is angular speed, angular force, which is torque. Torque into angular speed, where angular speed equal to 2 pi n. Angular speed 2 pi n, where n is speed 2 pi n upon 60 per minute. We use 60. DC machine's formula having the EMF equation. Electromotive force. Electromotive force, EMF. The formula of finding the E, electromotive force, induced EMF, equal to P phi Z N upon 60A, where P is a pole, phi is the flux, Z is the conductors, N is the speed, and A is the parallel path. For different value, we have the different parallel path. For left winding, we have A equal to A, and for left winding and wave winding, for wave winding, we have A upon 2. Voltage regulation. Terminal voltage V is generated EMF minus the voltage drop. V equal to E minus IA minus V brush generated. Voltage regulation, voltage supply overcome the back EMF and armature drop. E V equal to EB plus IA plus V brush motors. Torque. Electromotive torque. Electromagnetic torque developed. T phi phi. T directly proportional phi into IA. Transformer, the equation related to the transformer. Induced EMF equal to 4.44 into phi into Fn. Where phi max is the flux. Voltage into turn ratio. V upon V1 upon V2 equal to N1 upon N2 equal to and I2 upon I1. This is the same ratio with perform all for this. Apparent power. The apparent power is the product of reactive power and active power. The whole sum of active power and reactive power is equal to apparent power, where apparent power rating in kVA because losses are independent of the load factor. सही है, जो केवीए है वो apparent power rating होती है. क्यों? केवीए में apparent power rating, जो केवीए होती है वो apparent होती है. मतलब जो इसकी apparent power rating दे रखी है वह 5, for example 5.5, which means V into I upon 1000, because losses are independent of the load power factors. If a load power factor is minimum, the losses are also minimum. If load power factor losses are high, so the load are high, so power also consumption loss is high. Induction motor. Induction motor synchronous speed. What is synchronous speed? The speed of the rotating magnetic field in a motor. It's known as synchronous speed. Synchronous speed can be found by using the formula 120 into F upon P, where F equal to frequency and P equal to poles. Slip. Slip is the difference between synchronous speed and the rotor speed. Synchronous speed is the rotating magnetic field induced by the field winding of the stator coil, and the rotor speed equal to the speed is in which the motor is at present by the with the help of the rotor. What means the rotor at what speeds are it? Rotor frequency, the frequency of induced current in a rotor. Rotor frequency, induced current in a rotor, where rotor frequency equal to S, where S equal to slip into F. Important formulas of network theory. Network theory is a base all over the foundation of the electrical. It's the strongest base. If we don't know the about the network or electrical circuit, our base is so weak. So we can't build the foundation. We can't construct over the other parameters. So we should make our foundation strong to make construct a building over there, touching the sky. So make foundation very strong. Ohm's law. According to the Ohm's law, V equal to IR means V voltage are directly proportional to the I, and directly V also directly proportional to R. Kirchhoff law. Sum of voltage in a loop. Sum of voltage in a loop equal to 0, and sum of the current at a node equal to 0. Means the algebraic sum of the current at a node is 0. Means all the incoming current equal to all outgoing current. So the algebraic sum equal to 0. Where the sum of voltage is 0. In a loop, the sum of voltage is 0. Network theorem. There can be a many theorem, but according to the our book, there are some main important theorem are Thevenin, Norton, maximum power transfer. Maximum power transfer equal to Z equal to R plus I six Z again. Where capacitor and inductor equal to I equal to C dV upon dt, V equal to I upon ISC, Z is equal to 1 upon j omega c. Electrical machines, some important formulas are induced EMF E equal to N d phi upon dt. This is a differential formula when we know that the induced EMF equal to P into phi into Z into N upon 60A. This is the formula. Fleming right hand rule. Fleming right hand rule for the generator action. Thumb equal to motion. Thumb. This is thumb, which which tells the force. This fingers, they all are 90-degree apart. This makes 90-degree and this makes 90-degree. For example, this is F, force. This is magnetic field. This is current. This is current. If current is in this direction, magnetic field in this direction, force turn forwards. The magnetic field, for example, may I repeat it? If current flow in the direction of the finger and the magnetic field is flow in the direction of this finger, and the force is moves upward in like this. Power system. V into I cos phi equal to active power. Vi sin phi equal to reactive power. Vi equal to apparent power. Power factor. Power factor PF equal to P upon S cos phi. What is power factor? Power factor should be 1 for make the minimum losses. If the current is in if current is forward the voltage, means that's a leading current, leading power factor. If a current is before the, if voltage in forward and current is backward, matlab in back position, then it's lagging. And when current and voltage are moving with same speed, with same, that means normal. So means lagging means less than 1, leading means more than 1, normals means 1, which should be, the power factor should be 1. Convolution. The signal system and the Laplace transformation. ROG region of curvature independence of the single type of right left. This is the signal and system. What do we understand from the signal and system? In electrical, the all things work in signals, and to make these signals, we, we first decoded, encoded, then transfer in a path, then decoded, and then we get the meaningful object. To reduce the time and communication time, we used to transfer the information in signals, because signals are fast over the traditional methods. We can transfer our information in millions meters or millions kilometers away in a few minutes and seconds with the help of signals and system. Digital electronics. Digital electronics is the can be a main part of the signal and system as a transfer. Digital electronics help in encoding and decoding these signals. Also in computer, we know that all the things are in 0 and 1. So digital electronics help in make these valuable zeros and ones. Today we need very experts electrical engineers because everything is to be mean that everything is we can't make it delay. For example, for example, we can we know that in today's world, with the importance of electrical signal system, if the signal is 1% or 2% be wrong, the whole execution of this execution of the system may be fail. The delay we don't need delay. In today's world, we need more technical and mechanical knowledge to make anything. For example, electrical is present in everywhere. For example, we use electrical mobile phone, electrical cars, electric cars, and motorcycles, scooties, bus, trucks, trains, and all any others medium. All mediums have need to be an electrical equipment. For example, we take an example of car. Car ICE engine car. It's a mechanical, so we need it's also consist of electrical work. Without electrical, we can't make the car run. For example, the fuel is injected in a cylinder. The fuel is compressed. Without the spark plug, we can't burn the fuel. So how will the car move? So we needs and we presents at the correct times when we need to fire an electrical spark in the cylinder to make the engine smoothly run. When the fuel is intaked in the compressor and others the fuel is compressed, after that we need to spark the fuel. At that correct exact time we need to be spark. Otherwise, engine is not sufficient to make the power. It's not can't make the sufficient power to flow forward. After that, the valves open, then the compressor moves forward, and it's make exhaust the air. The importance of electrical vehicle are now very important is very much because it's not our only our choice. It become our necessity because of the today's pollution and the atmosphere natural environmental guidelines. We need to be stop the using of IC engine and the other burning fuels because fuels are not burned properly and also make it carbons release in the atmosphere. That amount of oxygen reduced day by day, which means there will be a new future of human beings sustainable in the earth. So we should make our earth living for our futures. Environmental, we need to be use electrical engine because of the efficiency. Electrical engines, cars are having the efficiency of 90 to 95%. Where we need know that the IC engine have the efficiency of 70 to 75%. and which is also creating pollution in roads and in a lower atmospheric level. Other than in the electrical, we need to burn the fuel like coal, petrol, others, other fuel to make the boiler water to turn to steam, and then we need to alternator that make produce the current. All these thermal power plant produce carbons and other gases, but all these gases are released in the top atmosphere, so it's don't create pollution so much like others vehicle like others coal and other petrol and diesel vehicle. So we should know that the in the thermal power plant the the exhaust of gases is from one terminal. We can also filter these gases, but how we can filter these gases in from the car? We need different equipment for all different car. That is not economical. So we should convert our vehicle into the electric vehicle. The government should also take the norms. For example, the thermal power plant should use the filtration units, and also the small factory may use also filtration units to make the exhaust gases clean, which reduce the amount of sulfur, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide in the atmosphere from releasing the atmosphere. This can be a major norms which can be followed to reduce the amount of carbon sulfur in the atmosphere, which also help the person to live long because of the more amount of oxygen. On these sulfur dioxides and carbon monoxide produce the health issue. For example, lungs cancer, uh, asthma, uh, uh, watery eyes can be a major health issue. Infection in eyes, infection in skin is there, and also the reduce the brain capability because of the bad air. Reduce the makes our brain lazy. For example, if we go in a park and go for jogging, our brain is active because we get the oxygen. For and another way we can use that. Other ways you say that if we go in a polluted area, our we become lazy because of the polluted gases come into our body and make our brain lazy. Thank you. So we should use the engines, electrical engines. Thank you.